before. Okay, we're recording. We recorded before, and we thought we were recording. We lost it. So we're going to go through this again and finalize the process for the requirement in class. This is Donna Wallace, and I am here with JC, and she's going to share with us, as we dialogue together, some of the concerns that she has about a relationship that she's in right now. Okay, JC, why don't you share with me what's concerning you?
Right now, just my commitment issues and our communication issues.
Okay. When you say our communication issues, you're talking about you and your boyfriend?
Ronnie and I. Yes.
Okay, Ronnie. Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about just a very, very brief history and process of the relationship. What you've gone through and where you are now.
Well, we've known each other a very long time. We've been friends. We have the same friends, gone to the same school. Got together 2010, right after fresh out of a relationship, not even a week out of a different relationship.
You or Ronnie?
Me.
You, okay.
And then it was very good at first, but a little bit tumultuous also because he was really, what's his is his, possessive. So it was, I had really good guy friends that I wasn't allowed to talk to, and my girlfriend started becoming a problem, and then I moved in with him, which just made me more his, in his mind, that I live together. I should be in his bed at the same time he is. So he didn't really like me doing anything without him, but he really didn't stop going out with his friends. And so it would turn into situations where I'd be home at 3 o'clock in the morning by myself, and he wouldn't be there. And when he would come home, he would be drunk. So then we broke up. He actually ended it with me the very first time. We got back together. Then he asked me to marry him. Then I broke up with him, and then we got back together, and I asked him to marry me, and then he got me a ring, and I gave it back to him about 3 or 4 months ago. Now I live with my friend, who I work with, and we're trying to sort out our issues apart with 2 separate lives, trying to merge them together the way that I feel our relationship is supposed to be played out.
What do you think was missing when you say the way you feel like a relationship should play out? Help me understand 1 or 2 points. What do you feel a healthy relationship should have that you don't feel you
Well, we were just kind of thrown together. I showed up at a party one time when I was still with my ex, and he was there, and it had been several years since we'd seen each other. So we were just kind of thrown together. When I ended the relationship with that guy, he was there. We started partying together, and so it would be a lot of times we'd be at a friend's house or at my apartment with my friends, and there would be alcohol and things like that there. And so it was a very physical relationship at first. We didn't really develop any emotional ties before we developed any physical ties. So then when I became, got girly to him, I was kind of like, okay, well, you're my boyfriend. I want you to take me out. I want you to do these things. And he was just kind of like, well, why should I? He didn't really get it. So I just think a relationship, you're supposed to meet somebody, you go on dates, you decide then, you evaluate whether or not you like them enough to continue dating them. If it works out, you fall in love, and then, you just step by step, there are steps you take, and you bypass every step. Within the first 2 months of a relationship, I was living with him and his mom and his sister, and so it was very, very fast, all in our whole relationship.
So you're feeling frustrated because you've known this person for a while, and yet you don't feel like he really knows you or you really know him.
I felt like that before. Through all the things that we've been through so far, especially with this last time, I was kind of forced to be brutally honest because I just felt like, the more you try to sugarcoat things and, well, I love you, but, you make things sound better, I just kind of had to be like, look, this is how I feel, and if you can't sit back and take it and not, that I'm attacking you and not take it personally, just take it as a general statement. And, that was kind of his own issue. But after I got out how I felt, I actually felt better. I felt like we could communicate better, and then it's just gone back and forth. We'll have really good days, really bad days. We have extremely high highs, extremely low lows. We don't really have a middle. So, right now we're on a high. So, but give it a few days. at the end of that rock again.
So you feel maybe even a little frustrated, angry, unsure because you can't seem to come to a place in your relationship where you're really communicating in a healthy, positive way with each other. It's either really, really high or it's extreme, really, really high or really, really low.
Right. Well, and two, because there is always a winner or a loser. It's kind of, our arguments always go in one direction. We don't know how to talk in the abstract. It's always, well, this last time you did this, and so it just, we can't separate any of our conversations. It's all, we always bring up our past. Well, you know, the last time you went out with this person, that happened. Okay, and
So you feel accused.
a lot of the time. Yeah, and I apparently, you know, alcohol is not the best thing in the world, and I don't think you should depend on it, but when you're 23 years old and you go out, it's a social thing. I mean, he doesn't really understand why I can't go to a bar and not drink. Like, why would I go to a bar if I'm not going to drink, you know, that kind of thing. So we just don't really know how to understand each other. It's always one person is right.
And one person is wrong. It doesn't feel good when you do the one that's wrong. Or
No.
that they think you're wrong. It doesn't feel good. does it?
Recently, I'm always wrong. I'm always in a creeper, and apparently for his issues, I don't know how to act like a girlfriend. I act like a single woman when I'm out, but when we're alone, I act like I'm his. I don't know how to not do that.
Well, there are some tools. You know, when you come in here together, there's some tools that we can help you with to help you with the communication part of it. I mean, that's why I'm in this degree, right? But I think what I want to make sure that we clarify here is what you actually want. Because if you don't know what you want, then it's going to be difficult to set goals to reach what you want. So you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling uncertain, you've broken off the engagement, either one or the other of you, twice, and yet you're still dating. You told me earlier that it's because you love each other, you feel like you love each other. But you're not certain that he's the one, is what I'm hearing.
I mean, it crosses my mind sometimes. I feel like he's really, in all honesty, he's the natural choice that anyone should want. He has a great job. He has his head on straight. He's a really, really great guy. Attractive. He's funny. And I've done a lot of really messed up stuff in the past too, and it's like his love for me is almost unconditional. And I don't really know how to make my love for him that way. Because if he says one thing that makes me angry, I'm, you know, biting his head off. And I'm like, kicking him out of the car, or you know, telling him to get out of my house. And then, you know, 10 minutes later, I'm completely calm. I'm fine. It's like, hey, why don't you come back over? Let's start over. And I don't know how to not be like that.
You know, I'm not sure that has any relation to unconditional love. It sounds like it has a lot of relationship to just learning how to fight fairly.
Yeah.
So we can help you with that too. Give me just a couple of things on maybe 2 or 3 things over the next 60 to 90 days that you feel you need to see happen for you to stay in this relationship.
I mean, I need to see us work together more as partners. So I need to,
In what way?
just coming to general understandings of how the other one feels. You know,
Okay.
not taking everything so personal and trying to, okay, she's only saying this because she's probably hurting, or he's only saying this because he's probably concerned, you know, that I'm going to leave again. He's really, really unsure about stuff like that because I've done it so many times.
Okay. So working on communicating in a way that is meaningful to the other person and that really does communicate what you truly feel. So you would know what he feels and he knows how you really feel without all of the anger or the drinking or anything else getting in the way of that. Okay. What might be another thing that you need to see happen over the next 60 to 90 days for you to continue in this relationship?
I need to see him make more more of an effort to put, the things that I deem as important to make important for him. Because I want my friends. I have a lot of guy friends, so when they come back into the picture, on Facebook or via any other portal, and I want to go hang out with them, I don't think I should have to defend our relationship or my intentions or any other reason. If I want to go hang out with that person, I think I should be able to, regardless of history, regardless of X this or whatever. I just don't think that matters when you really trust somebody. Talked to my dad about this too, and he agrees. But when Ronnie's argument to that is that my dad's in his 40s and is in a loving, committed relationship for the third time, so he's had to go through his own stuff.
Finally had a chance to get it right.
I guess.
Right? You
Right.
finally had a chance to get it right,
Yeah.
Life is not a perfect deal, and I would applaud your dad for finally getting it right. That says something. So fair. So then the second thing would be that you each learn to accept that you first learn what is important to each other, and then learn to accept that within the bounds of a committed relationship.
Right.
Okay.
I wouldn't just sleep over at an ex-boyfriend's house, but if we are good friends, I feel like I should really go get coffee with them without having to feel like I have a big, S on my chest, a scarlet letter of my intentions or inappropriate.
It makes you feel accused. It does. Yeah. That's not a good feeling, is it? I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
And then is there one other thing that maybe that needs to happen in the next 90 days that's going to be important to you and help you determine whether or not this relationship can go forward?
I think we just need to have more fun together too.
Okay.
This, especially the last 4 months, everything is so, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. The value of our relationship. How do you feel? How do I feel? So we don't.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah, everything's really serious all the time. It's one of the rare moments where we're just laughing together. It feels so good because we're not really worried about anything. I think we definitely need to work on that more. But even that turns into a chore. Sometimes, let's go here and let's have a good time, and then we end up fighting about something so stupid. So it's like, okay, well, there goes that.
Well, are you willing in this relationship to do some work to make the relationship happen?
Yeah.
Are you at that point where you're willing to do that?
I am. I just can't get over that feeling like I shouldn't have to, because if he had just been normal in the beginning, I would be. But then again, I'm an adult now, so I can't really think of it.
Well, personally, I feel like, every single relationship is work, a friendship, helping relationships going to be work. And certainly this kind of relationship is going to be work. But it doesn't have to be agonizing, which it sounds to me like it has been.
I'm just a drama queen.
Well, we're going to quit here now. JC, thanks so much for helping me out here to finish my assignment. We're going to continue this conversation elsewhere, and there's going to be a good solution. But for now, thanks a lot, and we're going to close this off.